Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. In the last part, which was recorded over a month ago at this point, as far as I know anyway, hell if I remember the last time I recorded this, we had a very long segment of getting lots of stuff, which was split into two videos. But we got a lot of awesome stuff, including the Swift Sail, which lets us just zoom by everything while we make our way to Forsaken Fortress at last. We also got a few heart pieces, a few upgrades. We have the maximum bomb and wallet upgrades. And we see the Forsaken Fortress off in the distance, which is where we're going to be heading. Now, I'm going to put the slow sail on to explain a little bit first here. Yeah, it's just been quite the... I feel really bad for how long, like, stuff has been, like, taking recently, because, I just had a lot of busy schoolwork I needed to do, and just a lot of other things, and, okay, finally found the door here. Once you found it, it's just right here. And when we were finally in here, we arrived back at Forsaken Fortress. Okay, it's like I've been aware of a little intrusion already. But you have the Master Sword. That sword shall shine with darkness, casting evil black within your hands. Nothing can keep you from rescuing your sister. Do not be afraid. Great words, and fall in the water again, why don't you? Oh, I know that. I remember how to get to the Central Tower King. Okay, sorry. Anyways, I just feel really bad as to how much time I've been taking lately. And this is a new change, as these dinguses here. I don't know if the spotlights will still throw us in jail or not. But either way... we have this son of a gun who suddenly decides to show up here. Eat Phantom Ganon, I believe is what his name is, or Ganon's puppet. This guy, he's kind of tough. I find him a lot harder in Ocarina of Time, though, so this isn't really that big of a deal. Oh wow. Do I have an empty bottle? No, I don't. I have my Forest Firefly, and my Elixir Soup already, so... oh yeah, and now whenever he's on the ground, just go up to him and do a combo. Yeah, the lights doesn't seem to be doing anything anymore. I just feel really bad that I've been taking so much time off lately. It's just I've been really busy with school lately and just other things. Shoot. Alright, sweet. Wow, I'm surprised he did that attack instead of his, light ball attack. But he's... he just happens to laugh at us. Now, we can head through there, or there, actually, but I don't think it really matters which way we go. I think the way we just want to make it to is, indeed, the same way we came whenever we came here. Oh god, yes, and now these midgets show up everywhere. For the most part, the Forsaken Fortress kind of remains the same. But here we actually have the item of the Forsaken Fortress. The Skull Hammer. Set it to Y, X, or R. Mighty Hammer is a really powerful physical weapon. So, let's set this to X, I guess. So I don't waste any more bombs like I was doing like last time. I have one problem with the Skull Hammer. First of all, it's funny killing these guys with it. But I have one kind of annoying problem with this weapon. Oh, the spotlight's some of those mini blends. Okay, then that makes sense. Let me just look at the map here for a sec. Yeah, I don't have the compass yet, which I don't even remember where the compass is actually. So, oh, I think this is it right here. Am I right that this is the compass? Yes, it is. Alright, sweet. There is no big key in this dungeon, as a heads up. It's And something I forgot to mention in Tower of the Gods, this dungeon and Tower of the Gods are the only two dungeons that don't have a warp jar in them. So why Tower of the Gods doesn't, I'm not sure, because I think it's just due to how advanced that dungeon is in terms of its technology, instead of like versus this dungeon. You know, it's kind of not really one of those dungeons that really needs it, to be honest with you. Oh god, you can also use your grappling hook in a few of these rooms as well. But for the most part, that's what you're going to be wanting to do with your leaf. Anyways, yeah, those statues are annoying as hell. Cause if they see you, they just start shooting lasers at you. Anyways, I don't know if these guys can still throw you in jail. I want to say that they can't, but just to be sure, I'm going to get rid of those stupid torches anyways, so... Okay, it took your torch out. Whenever they have their spears, I know for a fact that they can't actually do anything without their torches. So, shoot, I meant to get a okay, good. I meant to get a skull necklace. That's why I had the grappling hook out. And I know I mentioned this in annotation too, but I think I'll point this out again. I did some research on the item called the Hero's Charm, which I briefly mentioned. And apparently it's still in this version of the game. It's just in a treasure chart now, like at the bottom of the sea. Which, instead of the lady directly giving it to you. So, I'm really not sure what's up with that, but that's the way it is now. And I am just going to ignore these guys, because I do not like them. So, yeah. Plus, I have my grappling hook now, so... Which I would like to... just sail straight onward. We're actually going to be fighting the boss of the Forsaken Fortress in this one, which is pretty impressive. I'm surprised... considering, like... Well, that was a kind of cool motion blur there. What? Okay, I guess that wind direction actually works. Anyways, oh, this area does bring back the nostalgia. That just opens that door. And prepare for some badass cutscenes again time. Hopefully none of these get a copyright strike like the last time. Though they shouldn't, because I think there is dialogue in them. And I'm drinking an iced tea this time again. This time it's, I don't know what brand it is. I think it's just a Great Value brand or something. Link's eyes. Well, thankfully that bird isn't here. Big brother! You're okay. I was worried. The cell won't open that easily. Well, look who it is. There you go, acting before you think, as usual. I swear, did you even realize that we had to draw that monster bird for you? It was about to come flying in here after you again. That sword. That sword. Wow, I actually said the words beforehand. That was unintentional. Where did you get that? Are you... Is it even possible? How could it be? Well, never mind about that. For now, we'll just take these girls. I'm sure their fathers in town will pay the handsome reward for their return. I'm so sorry we had to interrupt such a heartwarming reunion. Isn't there still something that you need to take care of? Yeah, I think there is. If you're worried about your sister, don't be. I promise I'll deliver her back safely to your little island. Normally, I'd expect a huge reward for something like this, but this time, it's my treat. Listen, Ariel, your big brother has some things to take care of. Big, important, grown-up things. He'll be back soon, so you just wait nice and quiet until he returns, okay? But, big brother... It's Tetra, we have to hurry. The bird will be here in any second. Gonzo, excellent. You're just in time. Take this one for me. Huh? But she's fine. Do as you're told. Big brother! Link, we'll be back. I swear it. Thanks for the good words, Tetra. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to battle the bastard that took our sister almost, 22 videos ago. Or, not 22 videos, 20 videos ago. I don't know where I got off thinking that 22, and this is only episode 21. But, well, actually 22 if you count the split video, but oh well. Here we go, HELMAROC King. The first part of the HELMAROC King is actually not really much of a boss fight. It's more or less just dodge it type of fight. It's gonna try and basically whittle away at the ground that you're in. Ignore any enemies that are along your way. You can steal their items, but it's a lot more difficult and time-consuming than you think, so it's honestly not that worth it. You will jump if, it destroys the ground that you're on, so for the most part, I'm doing this pretty well. And then once you get close to the top, yeah, you think that's a good idea? Well, I have a brand new hammer that you can kiss it. That's payback, you son of a bitch. Anyways, let's escape this area. We'll wait for that area to flood and close it so we can hopefully drown that bird out. Or not, because here we go. HELMAROC King, my favorite boss fight in the game. I like this fight as by and far my favorite because it has such a badass scale. I mean, you're fighting an enormous creature that stole your sister at the beginning of the game, and you've been waiting for payback against this thing the whole damn game this far. And I want my arrows equipped. You've been waiting for payback since like the beginning of the game just to get revenge against this son of a bitch. Overall, HELMAROC King, he isn't too difficult. You can actually, I never mentioned it, you can do a, sideways swing with the skull hammer, which is very nice, and I believe it does do, it does take a little less time than the regular charge-up attacks, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, and he has that attack too, so watch out. I just love the overall atmosphere of this fight, though, like, night sky, the lights are always on the bird, and, like, basically just, yeah. He also has one other attack that I haven't seen him do yet, and I don't know if he does it in this part of the fight or not. Alright, awesome. I guess a jump attack would do a lot to him as well. And now, time to friggin' kill the bird. If you have the, Hero's Charm on, if you're playing the GameCube version, or if you got that treasure chart already, which I don't know if you can get at this point, or not, you can actually... Ow. Yeah, and he gets stuck now occasionally, too. You can also shoot him with arrows, but that's a little tricky. You can actually see when you're breaking off his armor that, it doesn't actually do any damage to him, and I love that his faceplate just stays here. He still has another attack that I'm surprised he hasn't used yet. This is it, here. Basically, this attack here, he tries to basically create a huge gust of wind, and if you haven't noticed, there's spikes all around the battlefield. So, you don't want to be in the way of that. And there she goes. The bird has been defeated. And this is probably the best death in the game, too. I just love that, like, all the spotlights are on him and you see his death in the sky. That's just so cool. And he drops the heart container for beating him. So for those who argue that this isn't a full-length dungeon, that's the proof. You get a dungeon item and a heart container for beating it. So, really, this does feel like the Forsaken Fortress finally showed its respect. But there's still more to the dungeon, if you can believe that. I really love the fight with HELMAROC King. It looks good, especially in high def, but even in the original game, it looks really cool. Now then, I think it's time we pay our respects to the Prince of Darkness himself. It's been a while, boy. You have done well to sneak in my fortress and rig your way out of all the traps way up here. I suppose that the least I can do is commend you for your reckless courage. My name is Ganondorf. I am the master of the Forsaken Fortress. By the way, boy, when you drew that sword of yours out of its pedestal, did you by chance notice how all the monsters frozen in time down there suddenly began stirring again? Do you understand precisely what that means? I highly doubt you do. Foolish child. While that sword is indeed the blade of evil's bane, at the same time it has long played another role. You see, it is also a sort of key. A most wretched little key that has kept the seal on me and my magic intact. By withdrawing the blade, you have broken that seal. That reckless bastard. You cannot defeat me with a blade that does not sparkle with the power to repel evil. What you hold is useless. Go back to the world below and tell that to your pathetic fools who made this blade. Its power is gone and its edges are dull. And just what so happens to hold the Tetra has. Link, get up! Stop! Let me go! You pathetic little sea rat. Huh? My Triforce power is resonating. Ha! At long last I found you, Princess Zelda. What are you talking about? I don't know any Zelda. Feeding ignorance will gain you nothing. Tell me, if you are not Zelda, then why do you have this fragment of the Triforce? Huh? What the hell? Yeah, it seems like these guys have saved us. And that guy's probably not happy for what Ganondorf did to him. That is like the best victory in the Forsaken Fortress ever. Oh man, I love that finale so much. Oh man. I think that is probably going to do it for this episode of The Wind Waker HD. I think that next time, we're going to return to Hyrule once again. It's alright, Link. She has merely lost consciousness. Your sister has escaped the Forsaken Fortress with the pirates. You can relax. She's safe now. Lord Valu, you have arrived not a moment too soon. We are deeply grateful. I am aware of this. Yet I thought our first priority should be separate these two from Ganon's grasp. I love that you can actually see one of the Triangle Islands off in the distance. Nick, I'll explain things later. We now must return to the world beneath the sea. As I said, next time on The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, we're going to return to Hyrule once again. So, if you like this one, please be sure to like my videos, like my channel, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.